Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Mad Capper and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. It is this week in free-to-play, so hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is time to play Whack-A-Mole first. This is the best thing about any free-to-play. Only two. The game's broken. What happened? There's no way I only have two offers in the shop. I just didn't... I feel like the other shoe's about to drop. I feel like I'm worried that the other shoe's about to drop. So here we are. This is the free-to-play account. We're at level 56. Almost level 57. Almost 500,000 power. Not bad. I saved... Look, you guys. I never do this. I saved shards for you guys. I saved shards for you guys. Not for me. I did this for you. You're welcome. So let's check out the account here. So for those of you who watch the series, where we are at now, we did take our Gala long braids. We did 6-star hurt. Oh, you know what? That reminds me, I forgot. Holy. Let's see. Do we have an attack banner? Probably this one. Look at that. That's awesome. I forgot all about this. So Gala long braids. On my last video, I had a big kind of... I didn't know which one I wanted to do. I didn't know whether I wanted to do Gala long braids or one of the other champions. I decided on her just because she is an epic. She hits really hard and she doesn't need books to be good. So I thought that was probably the best one to do. So we almost have her to level 60. And we've gotten some more XP bonuses based off of CVC, which is nice. So we've been able to level up a lot of champions quickly. Oh god, this is the worst part. Is I do this inside the LD player. By the way, if you happen to need an Android emulator to play your multiple instances of any game for the Android, mostly, including Raid Shadow Legends, consider LD player. Link in the description below if you want to support me by downloading and installing and using LD Player for your gaming needs. All right, so here we are. We got a speed too. Look at that. Tyrant. I don't have Tyrell on this account, but he is absolutely a top 5 epic in the game. Was the best epic in the game for the longest time. I think Independent still is the best. Thank you for bringing that up. There are not a lot of epics that you can just use in this game. They all need something. So while perhaps better, Madame Saris for endgame, for example, of their own, not good enough. You can't take Madame Saris into Nightmare campaign by herself and clear anything. Tyrell? Yeah, you can. Just keep that in mind. But thank you for bringing that up, Tyron. I know you're a huge fan of Tyrell. And you too believe that he's number 1 in the game. HP, that's actually some pretty hype rolls. Let's go. Give me that 5%. You whore. This game's a whore. Can I say whore on? Horror. I said horror. Your Honor, I meant it was a genre of films meant to scare and excite the audience. Horror. And frankly, it's not my fault that I have a slight speech impediment that you are now pointing out as a detriment to my character. Alright. Let's see who we got. We got... Yeehaw! At least has his defense substat. That's always nice. Alright, so that's our... What else do we got here? What else we got going on? I started doing some of masteries for Umbral. I don't want to use them yet. I use them for the advanced quests. Not a lot of progression. We're 2 King Brutal and Clan Boss. Still not good enough for a Nightmare team. Basically, team's still pretty whatever. So we can just hit that. Who replaced Tyrant? Who replaced Tyrant with this imposter? It's like Sir Gangsalot stole Tyrant's name. Did we see a name change? Did we miss it? We can edit that out. We're editing horror out. I don't edit my videos. These videos. These are pure unadulterated. It's better than I'm talking to you guys. Normally I'm just talking to myself. Then we start talking about things like beef quality. A little weird conversation to have with yourself. Quality of Beef Around the World by Mad Capper. Wagyu beef is probably the best, followed by Alberta beef. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Grass-fed beef, by the way, doesn't taste better. It's a lie. It's just meant to be. It's supposedly meant to be healthier, though. I would like to see the science on that. Still no legendaries on this account. We got to be getting close on the ancients, though. I got to think we got to be close. How many ancients do you get a week now? 20? I get maybe one or two a month on clan, because Brutal doesn't drop a lot of ancient shards, and we don't always kill it in this clan. But I mean, I feel like you get a lot of ancient shards now compared to the old days, even without clan boss. Like, just because there's events all the time, there's usually at least one or two ancients every event. Oh, that's just a random picture I stole off the internet. I wish that was my backyard. My backyard's actually fucked because I was away for 2 weeks. Where I just came back for the weekend and I was in extreme pain from my back. And I was in Regina for the whole week. Both for 2 weeks in a row. And then it was like the worst time. So the grass didn't do well. I feel bad. I should have done better. But I'm going to hire some people. Yeah, McHooten, we do an hour. You can talk. It's just a conversation. It's just me playing on my free-to-play account for a day. For an hour. I was definitely not... I don't think that would... I think there's a point at which that wouldn't be good anymore. I mean, it's really good until it's not. You'd have to take breaks, though. I feel like just being in there for a whole week would be... while riding a moose. Yes. Actually, the moose rides the polar bear in my world. Oof, this is a bad... Magic Affinity, you'd think it'd be good, but because I have a Spirit Affinity Poisoner, got some real bad luck on the procs too, but this is true. There is true. That is 100% accurate. It used to be prone that in order to be called Wagyu beef, it had to be from the region, which is very small. But the reality is they don't export any of it or next to none of it. So that now Wagyu beef is allowed to be anything that is created in the general tradition of. Plus, the cow still has different parts of the cow, which taste better, some that don't. Like, you know, that's why prime rib costs a different price than fucking sirloin tip and all these other shit, which people don't mention. So yeah, you could get a second kale. Are you free to play? Like, are you spending or planning to spend any money at all in this game? If you're 100% free to play, I don't think it would be worthwhile investing in a second kale. I would almost think it would be better to use that kale as a book unless you're already fully booked. The starter champion does get outpaced eventually. So if you were spending in the game, it might be worthwhile to do a second kale until you get another nuker. But Rare books are hard to come by. You're already fully booked. Yeah, I would use it for food. Honestly, you might keep them in your vault just to be safe. I did myself on this account. I kept a second Elaine for quite some time, and then realized at the end of the day, I'm just really not going to use. I had a Kale as well. Never bothered leveling them because I got Fane, who's a better poisoner, and I got Frozen Banshee, and the two of them together cap even in just this mishmash of a team. They already cap poisons a lot, so. And keep in mind that my Frozen Banshee's not fully booked yet, and my Fane is not fully booked yet, and my Coffin Smasher isn't fully booked yet. Any point to build the Harvest Jack? He's a bit out of meta, but if you need a shield set champion, he's pretty good. Oh wow, that is okay. That's impressive. I didn't know that was the type of Wagyu. Is that the city? Masawa? Is that the area region where the Wagyu beef came from? I'm always bad with names, so that makes sense though. But Alberta beef is affordable and lovely. It's affordable, lovely food. The reason why Alberta, okay, and so if any of you, Kobe is the most well known. Okay, yeah. For those of you who do not understand why Alberta beef is better, is most areas feed their beef grass and then finish it with grain. So when they're just about ready to sell, they then switch from grass-fed to grain-fed in order to fatten them up. And the easiest way to do that is corn. But corn is gives a very bland flavor to the beef. And that's the problem with most American beef and Eastern Canadian beef. Alberta doesn't typically use grass. It typically uses grain throughout the whole cycle. And those grains are typically not corn. They're barley and or rye, which makes for a more flavorful, fuller-bodied animal of which you can then slaughter and eat. It's just the sheer amount they feed them. And it's a starch, right? So the starch then turns to fat, and fat, etc., etc. You did come back to beef talk. That's how we roll around here. We can roll them topics like nobody's business. Alright, let's open up some shards. See what happens. You never know, right? Chipping a chair. Oh, an epic! An epic! That's a good pull. That's a strong effing pull. That's a top pull right there. Oh, yes. That's a nice one. That's a nice yeet right there. Yeah. I prefer Alberta woman. You know, I don't like a corn-fed woman from out east. I don't trust it. Corn doesn't digest. You poop it back out. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense. I don't trust it. That's a big pull. 2 AoEs, or the big AoE and 2 single. It deals 50% of the damage to all enemies. That's one of the big deal. And then it's got the ignore shield and block damage, which is very nice. Decreases the target's turn meter. And then, of course, this here attacks 3 enemies. Each critical hit heals this champion by 2.5%. Very strong multipliers. That's a good pull. Alright, let's see what happens with the... Can we one-up that pull? Okay. Ugly dude. No. Give me gold. Give me a Duchess. Just to anger me, give me a Duchess. Or a Trunda. Fencer? I thought she might have been good. No, it's the baby defense. It is attack all enemies. It can be 100%. Problem is that there's so few rare books in the game now compared to how it used to be that it would be difficult to... Not placed. If this was an AoE, Should be sweet. I like gold. I wish I could see the pity system, but unfortunately, Plarium took that ability away from us because they're filthy, filthy whores. Got one left. Yeah, I used Lua on my main for a long time. It's very good in all areas of the game too. No such luck. Well, we did get an epic. We're still goldless. Still sans gold. But that's not bad. It's not bad. We got a hurler. We got a new orc. Did we get? Oh, yeah, not good. She wait, is Wyvern a fusion? And Lua, nice. I accidentally fed one of my fusion rosin fusions. I fed Wanderer, which is gonna suck. So I'll never see him again. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh. Still hoping. BG ruined the pity system too. It's... Hey, I fed as a paying as someone who spent money, though back then it was very little amount, so it was still low spend. I fed a cold heart to my Elaine to make her 6 stars, and it was a good 7 months till I got another cold heart. Even with buying packs and shit. That was painful. That was 100% painful. I don't like doing arena fights here because it's so mind numbing. You know what I mean? Yeah, the old school Draco, that always hurts. The laser eyes, but they're like not actual red lasers. Maybe they're like a faded laser. Maybe the laser eyes are hitting us. Maybe I'll steal Murder Inc.'s eyes and face shooting lasers at me because I'm free to play on that one. Draco did not have defense down and weaken on a 3-turn cooldown before, correct? He basically had an A1 that hit well, and that's it. Everything else was reworked. I wasn't around for the pre-buff Draco. I came slightly after that. But he was largely regarded as one of the worst in the game. Let's look it up. Doesn't show. It made him spawn little mini Hell Hades, and those mini Hell Hades would shoot lasers out of their eyes. That's 100%. Got to find a picture of pre-buff Draco. Why am I getting patch notes that don't include Draco? I've given up. I've given up trying. Someone else can try. No, yeah, Draco Gate was way after that. Draco Gate was a case where a Russian streamer by the name of Cartman got a free Draco because he pulled a bunch of shards and then had a little mini hissy fit because he didn't pull Draco, and he had actually fed a Draco, so he had one at one time. And then I guess a Plarium employee that was a fan of his was watching, threw one on his account, and then of course he saw the Draco and made a big deal about it, and then it became a big deal. And then they tried to cover it up by saying it was his reward for being the first person in Global to finish Faction Wars, which was a lie. And then they said they were going to add a likeness of him in the game, but instead went with this, which is also a lie. So, fucking Plarium. They can't help themselves. Is this the dagger? Hey, Metal Gemini, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, Draco if I recall, Draco only had a weaken, and it was like a 4-turn, and his A1 didn't do the splash damage, or whatever you want to call it, and I don't think he had 4 poisons either. I don't think he had poisons. like I said, it was before my time, but I do remember people talking about it at some point. Oh, there you go. Prone has gone full beef on us. He's gone full beef nerd. Look at that marble. Oh my god, I have an erection. About Wagyu. Wagyu? Yeah, sure. To ensure the most delicious kind of meat, Wagyu cow lives a life that many other cows would consider luxurious. Each cow that is going to be raised for Wagyu's beef is given a name after it arrives at the feeding farm it will call home. They're also allowed to roam in a completely stress-free environment, so they're more likely to remain happy. The cows will continue to live this incredible life of constant care until they're 2 or 3 years old, or gain around 50% of fat. Another great thing about them is that they're never given any kind of growth hormones, steroids, or drugs that will make them grow faster. The process of raising Wagyu cow for beef is completely natural. The cows are fed 3 meals a day that are rich in energy provided by hay, grain, and wheat. Generally, a Wagyu cow can be weighed once a month, and they are expected to gain 2 to 3 pounds every day. Ratio of fat to lean meat is one of the most important things that makes it taste as good as it does. Its marbling means that the meat is sprinkled with fine speckles of muscle. While being cooked, this will dissolve. It should be fine speckles of fat. While being cooked, this will dissolve and where the meat gets its flavor and tenderness from. The color of the fat is also super important. Okay. The firmness of the meat. Hey, boys, you know what the most important thing is? The firmness of the meat. Yeah. Japanese grading systems of Wagyu of 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. They're also given quality scores, which range from 1 to 12. Final grade 1, it will have the quality score of 1. Grade 1 will mean no marbling at all. To receive this rating, the color of the meat will be one that is not even on the scale. Texture grade of 1, Wagyu is coarse due to the fact that the meat is not very firm. Final grade 2, the Wagyu beef will have a quality score of 2. The grade features very little marbling, if at all. The color grade of this meat can range from 1 to 7, which is close to standard. The texture of the grade 2 is close to standard. The fat content ranges from 1 to 7, bringing it close to the standard. Okay, but what is the standards? Didn't even tell me what this... The highest score available, the beef will score 5, has a quality score between 8 and 12. Quality score of 12 will have the most marbling. The highest possible quality will be from 3 to 5 in color. The texture of the grade is excellent. Oh, wow. Okay, it's too much. Too much. Wagyu versus Angus is a type of cow. That's too much. It's too much reading. Too much reading. Boobies cannot be meaty. They're quite literally cannot be meaty, McCooten. By their very definition, they cannot be. They are fat with milk glands. Meat salesman. That's what Hell Hades used to be, a meat salesman. That's what he did before our raid. Jersey's better than Angus? Angus is just a type. You can have it, well, I guess Wagyu is as well, but Angus beef is just, it's usually from a type of steer, isn't it? Oh, it's because you like fat. You like something big and fat in your mouth, McCoon. Just saying. Hey-o. It's a breed. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, Tyrant. Fuck. I was trying to... Couldn't think of a type. It's a type. It's a style. It's a style of cow. Or breed. Or we could use the actual word. McCooten likes to talk about breeding. Don't you, McCooten? Would you like to breed? Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm kind of creeping myself out. It's an affinity of cow. It's a faction. It's a cow faction. Well, we better at least kill one of them. He just impregnated you with his dad jokes. Maybe. I'm so tired. Oh, now I didn't put any damage on this one. That was a mistake. This could go on forever. Oh, we're still doing okay damage. I'm doing okay. Well, I guess we should talk about the free-to-play account. So this account has no money spent. Thus, it's free to play. I guess all accounts are free to play. So it's kind of a misnomer on the naming convention of free to play. Alright. Boom. Yes. Oh, no! No! I didn't mean to do that! Knights Rev. I'm good. I can do that faction. I'm so used to not being able to do factions. Oh, that's a big rip. That's a big rip. That's a fail boat. I literally have brick bet. Well, free to play is all games that are free to play are free to play. It means you don't have to buy the game prior to playing it. Even though I've spent $1 billion on this game, it's still free to play for me. I'm with you. Well, ganks. We'll figure this out. Let's try it. We'll see if you're onto something. Donate me a few $100s and I'll see if I can buy a pack with it. We'll try it. Exactly. A no spend account. Free to play is just catchy. It refers to MOBAs. Well, free to play doesn't have a definition. It's just a saying. So, I would say by definition you're wrong. Ha! A free to play game is a game that does not require the use of any money in order to play the game. MOBAs are common, like League of Legends. Nailed it. Nailed it. Therefore, my main account is free to play. Lawyered. Now, we all know that the meaning of free to play is that you do not spend money in any area of the game. So I'm with you there. The reality, we know better. Am I gonna lose this? God, I hate those bombs. All the time with the bombs. How come when I have a bomb champion, my bomb champion isn't as good as their bomb champion? I'm gonna go get more ice. I'll be right back. We'll just throw this on auto for a second. This is tomfoolery. Be right back. I think though there's been rulings that enforce the spirit of the law, but it's usually the other way around. Like if the spirit of the law is more restrictive than the letter of the law, that's the only time they tend to go that way. Americans. With your crazy American type rules. This is exciting stuff, isn't it? Oh. Oh, War Mother down. America. Carnage, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back. We're filming. You're going to be famous on YouTube. To the 100 people that watch my free-to-play series. I don't want to do this another one right now. This is... What else do we got? So, Arena. We're sitting in Gold 1, which we have no right to be. Almost Gold 2. Can we... Does anyone want to know... Does anyone have an idea? Mom! Camera! Get the fucking camera! We're on YouTube's. It's crazy. What is this? Can we talk about this? Why is... So they talk about removing accounts that... There's no way a mad member... We're still in the clan. He's in clan 91 letters. Asian... Did he just quit playing? Like he's still logging in, but he's not playing Arena? Is that why? Like, that's ridiculous. That's right, fucked. That's right, fucked. What kind of game we're trying to play here? Where people just coming in with fucking things like that. Yeah. Oh, that could have done more. Can we do? What can we do? Get down. She hit so hard. She's a murderer. Unfortunately, this might be a problem. Oh, we actually held pretty good. He kind of hit like a little bitch, to be honest with you. I was really expecting more. Oh, she hits. It's beautiful. She's a murderer. She's a stone cold murderer. Part of me wants to fight that Chris team. There's a small part of me. Well, that sucks. Are we all two turn? I should have put it on manual. I should have not put it on manual. I should have yeah, put it on manual. This wouldn't have happened. Still pretty easy win, I'd say. All right, all right, all right. All right, let's go. Let's go. Rushed. Rushed. Was that regicide? Patricide? What's the one where you kill family members? Facticide? I don't know. Day 95, you're getting Arbiter? I'm not, and I'm also day 95. I keep forgetting, dude. Like, is this open right now? Nope. I keep forgetting. Oops. Day 24? I got it on day 23. Fuck you. I'm going on day 20 fucking 2. Fuck, I got on day 1. I open up a void shard. First day. And I fed it. Ugh. Pull it from a shad. Shad pulls a fucking killer. Free to play life. Leveling up 1 stars. Free to play life, everybody. It's not for the faint of heart. You got Tila and the new guy, Versulf. I got food. It's okay. Just rub my nose in it like I'm a dog who just peed in the carpet. Know who I didn't pull? I didn't pull Duchess. Didn't pull Trunda. That's for sure. That's confirmed. Never. Tila is amazing. Tila is the most underrated champion in the world. I just don't have her. So I mean, I'd have her. I'd totally have her at 6-star 60. Be using her everywhere if I had her, but I don't. So that's too bad for me. The Fox News version of Raid Shadow Legends. No need to fact check me. I'm guaranteeing you I'm lying. I wish, couldn't I just have a button that said level up all level 1 max or something to that effect? This is so tedious. I didn't say it wasn't just as bad. Although I will say Fox News has a reputation, mainly on their opinion shows, like Fox in the Morning, that is 100%, not 100%, say 50% fact checkable. I think any station that relies on ratings to pay for their existence shouldn't be able to be called a news station. Because you're automatically having to appeal to people to be able to sell ad space. And so you need ratings. And most of the time the news is boring. Because the news is boring, people ain't going to watch. So you got to add personality and witticism and commentary. And you got to appeal to the lowest common denominator sometimes. And all the other schemes and shit that every single one of them do. And, of course, blame the others for doing. Pandas. It should be like the old days, where you tuned into the nightly news for 1 hour. It should be, I'd hate to say government funded, because then you can still, based on who's in office, but some way of independently funded, not government funded, independently funded. to which it would just tell you the news. No opinion, no extras. It'd be as boring as fuck though, but at least you know you got the news. Changing subject to pandas. Pandas are vicious creatures. They will eat you in a second. They will not even flinch. They'd eat each other sometimes. That's why you don't see two pandas in the same cage very often. They'll eat each other. They don't care. They're like, fuck it. They might even eat their young. I don't know. There's not a lot of pandas out there. They're endangered. Why do you think that is? Because they eat their young. They have no pity. They're essentially the sociopaths of the animal world. Yeah, they eat bamboo because we're not throwing animal, each other into that. It's Ron Burgundy's fault. CTW is like, what the fuck? Hey, I'm not considered a news station. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Pandas are vicious creatures. They're cannibalistic. They kill each other. They eat their young. Facts. They nearly wiped humanity out of the Asian peninsulas. India, Asia, China, Mongolia. Nearly killed them all. Yeah. Emu? I don't know. Too lazy to fuck. I don't even understand how that's possible. I could be like, just have crushed a pizza, half comatose, haven't slept in 40 hours. And if an average looking woman that I distantly knew rang the door and be like, you in for fucking? I would probably fuck. I mean, just be real. Let's be real time. Heaven forbid it was someone that I actually, at any given time, wanted to have sex with. That's not, but I mean, I'm not even talking about someone I didn't even think about. Like the neighbor 4 doors down, that's a little crotchety sometimes, but. What do you have against emus? Australia should be destroyed. It's a filthy, filthy place full of thieves and British law breakers and pirates. Jesus. Most Australians are basically pirates. Well, don't fuck with emus. I want to get that. This is not an informative stream about anything rather than just anything to get a little chuckle. Yeah. How is that your national weapon? You try a rifle? Well, they all have pet dingoes. It's basically an eye patch. Somehow. They're not even the cool Caribbean pirates that have eye patches. Look at that. Ugh. This is the worst. This is the worst part about the free-to-play account. By the way, I want to apologize to all Australians that watch this on YouTube. We are just having a laugh. Obviously, Australians are not all bad people. I mean, most are. Let's not split hairs. But they're not all. Nicole Kidman, for example. Keith Urban. Seem like good people. Oh, no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. Australians watch YouTube upside down. Okay. If you're playing any type of real media, you gotta reel it the opposite way. Because all their real media, I mean, there's not a lot anymore. It's mostly digital. Thank God. The worst part of the free-to-play account is the free-to-play account. Yes, that is 100%. Basically, it ended up being that there's so much body to them and their organs are so small that you don't have to unload half a mag just to take down one of them because you wouldn't hit anything. Well, why didn't they do the tried and true thing? Introduce a non-natural predator to the ecosystem that kills the emus, but then ends up being worse in the long run. Isn't that how everyone does it? Yeah, Australia houses like 7 of the 10 deadliest snakes. Why would you move? Why would you move there? Why would anyone be like, this seems like a good place to settle? It seems like a good place to build something. How many of the top 10? 7. Well, see? There's 3 we don't have. There's 3 snakes that we don't have. But the spiders... Okay, so maybe the spiders... I would think the jungle of the Amazon... I should have said a non-indigenous predator. Probably be more accurate to say, but... Platypuses are venomous. My favorite's the kimono dragon. That absolutely is not a dragon. Is the most kind of whatever. But if it bites you, you'll die because they're so full of bacteria and infection. What kind of animal lives that it's such a hardy animal that it has fucking infection. It like their mouth has disease in it. Their saliva is disease ridden. I said Komodo. What did you hear? I'll have to look back at the tape. I'm pretty sure I said Komodo. In my head I said it. And then the pandas. Why don't we just take why don't we take some pandas and drop them in Australia? The emu wouldn't stand a chance. Well, that's a kimono. I think it's not a dragon. In my head, I said Komodo. Sorry, McHooten, if I, in my not paying attention, random shit talking. God, have you fixed Duchess yet? Okay, but is it banned? Can someone type Duchess that's not a mod? Can a non-mod type Duchess, please? Yeah. See, McCooten? You haven't fixed it yet. A lot of shit talking. Still haven't fixed it. So you got to take it out of the ban list so that people can type it. Man. Yeah, you fixed the Peppy Spit, but you didn't fix the ban. Half the work. 50% done. You're only getting half a day's pay now. Proud of yourself? I'm cutting your wages in half for the day. It's a learning lesson. It's an opportunity to learn. You're welcome. He said, Hey, don't you even. Yeah, moldy stale bread. No, Snowman, but that's not the point. It's the matter of principle here. It's not whether or not he gets paid. It's whether or not he has earned the pay that he doesn't get. And most days, the answer is yes. Today, it's not. It's no. Oh, now they're shit talking to McCoon. Well, it's because he likes everyone else better than me. I don't know what to say about it. It hurts my feelings, but I can't stop it if he wants to hang out with everyone else rather than me. Yeah, see, Brick gets it. Brick gets it. I don't just make anyone a mod. What's the difference between snowman and snowwoman? Nothing. They're inanimate. You can't make either. Yeah. Exactly. I absolutely want you to put on your resume. You let me know if that's legitimately on your resume, and I will give you my contact information for reference. 100%. You better lie low for a while. One of the greatest movies of all time. Just the sheer level of escalation that whole scene has, where it starts with just like the two main network guys coming up, and then the third one, and then the PBS groups, and then they're fighting, and then all of a sudden they're knife fighting, and then a guy comes in with a horse, another guy gets burned and dragged away. There's a trident net, like what are those nets that they use in the Gladiator? And then the guy gets impaled. There we go. Yeah, there's probably a cooldown on the Nightbot. Nightbot usually has a cooldown. Well, good, it's working. Thank you, Makoon. Yes. I want people to be able to type Duchess, and then it just automatically Pepe spit. Yes. Yes. Alive. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for the day. Let's do a final recap. Here, I'm going to actually burn some, not for you guys on stream, for the 1 hour of ridiculousness that'll be on my YouTube channel forever, and can constantly remind me that I have probably AD&D that's undiagnosed. So, we are definitely much better in the arena. We could, I'm sure if we wanted to push for it, we could be gold 2. Our defense is whatever. I don't know. What's our battle log look like? We get victories. We get them. Zuptar just kept trying with the same team. I don't know why he thought it would change every time he tried again. But, so that's that. We have, what do we have in the dungeons? We're in the most important place, by the way. So we're only 13 in Spider because we need the champ. We need an enemy max HP champion. Maybe I could do like 7 Armigers, but I haven't gotten to that level of desperateness enough yet. Level 18 on Dragon, which is good, but I don't think that's anything new from last game. Level 15, though I haven't been trying, but that was 7 minutes, so I don't suspect it's gotten better. Ice Golem, who cares? I have literally not done Ice Golem in forever. Oh, I did get 15 as well, but haven't tried. Faction Wars, we're not too bad, actually. I'm actually pretty impressed with my Faction Wars. What are we at? 193. It's not bad for a free-to-play account. Doom Tower. We ran into the stupid... So, that's the problem with the changes. This spider I still can't beat. So... Although, maybe now. Let's see. Something like that. Or maybe do I bring in poisons? Maybe like that? Let's find out. Well, oh, wait. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll leave you at that. So we're going to run this just to see what happens. Probably not getting any further. That's the free-to-play. I thank you for joining me today. I hope you didn't wonder what the hell's going on. It was a live, part of the 12-hour live stream. We decided to film this live. Not something I normally do, but thank you for joining and watching it anyway. If you made it this far, God bless you. Bless you. most importantly, as always, please be kind to one another. I don't say practice social distancing anymore because in a lot of places that's over. So congratulations, you've lived. Proud of you. And we'll see you in the next video.